Hello, I'm Barry Lawrence. I'm president of the Full Gospel Businessmen in Norwich in the UK. You might have seen some of my video clips. I've done quite a number of video clips recently, and on those clips I relate innumerable instances of answered prayer. Some are of healings, some are of financial miracles, and some are just other things that God has done. I've also written a few books, and I'd like to tell you about one of them now. First of all, I will say, as I always say when I talk about my books, if you find the way I speak irritating, don't go near the books, because I write very much like I speak. But if you do enjoy the way I speak, if you enjoy hearing about the miracles that I'm telling you about in these video clips, you might be interested in, well, the first book I wrote was called There Must Be More to Life Than This. And I'll just tell you how I came to write it. I used to do after dinner speaking, and people would say to me, Barry, you must write a book. And so one day I sat down and I wrote a list of all the instances that I would speak about when I was doing my after dinner speaking. There are many about people losing their false teeth down the toilet and all sorts of things like that, because I talk about my life as a dental surgeon. And then I looked at that list and I thought, actually, there is something so much more important in my life, and it's what Jesus has done. He changed my whole life back in October 1965, and he's answered prayers, he's given me joy, he's given me a quality of life that I would never have known was possible. And so I made another list, a list of the things that Jesus has done in my life. Well, of many of those things. And 3 weeks later, I'd written my first book. I spent quite a lot of time editing it, and then I approached traditional publishers. I didn't realize that traditional publishers only publish about 3% of material that's pushed their way, and even then people have to have an agent. I had no agent, and yet miraculously, dare I say, the first publishers I approached asked for a synopsis of the book, and then they offered me a contract, and so my first book was published. There must be more to life than this. It gives innumerable instances of things that the Lord has done in my life. Some are healing, some are financial, some are with regard to relationships. They cover so many things. Let me just give you one example of something really different, where we clearly saw the hand of God. A man came into my surgery. He told me that he was pastor of a spiritist church, and that his wife was a medium who could call up the dead. Well, I spoke to him about the dangers of that and the warnings in the Bible, and of the way the Lord calls it an abomination. And I followed up by sending him a book which was an expose by a past spiritist about the dangers of being involved in spiritism and with mediums and such like. And I wrapped the book up in plain brown paper and put to his name, and from I put my name and address, and I posted it. He was out when it arrived, and his wife took delivery. As she took delivery of that parcel from the postman, she felt a really serious sense of alarm. She ran through the house, filled a bucket with water, and threw the package in the bucket of water. She then dialed 999, and in the UK, if you dial 999, you're dialing the emergency services. And she said that she felt that a parcel bomb had just been delivered to their home, and would the emergency services deal with it? So a fire engine went round to their house, and they examined the package. They had everyone cleared from the immediate vicinity and slit it open, and out came my book, an expose on spiritism. Now, why do I see God in that? Because I realise that in this world there's not just our loving Heavenly Father, but also there are many other spiritual beings, and some of them are spirits of darkness, and they would seek to take people from the true and living God and to sow lies and deception in this world. And they, I believe, alerted that woman to danger, and she tried to get rid of that book. I trust that one day that couple saw the light and of the danger that they were dabbling in and of the true nature of the living God. And that's just one example of so many experiences of an ordinary Christian like myself. And I put the emphasis on experience. We're not just called to believe things. We're not just called to live good lives. We are called to experience day by day the living God who changes our lives, who answers our prayers, and does incredible, miraculous things. And so if you want to experience more of the living God in your life, you might consider there must be more to life than this. How to experience the God of the Bible in everyday life. It's available from amazon.co.uk here in the UK, and it is nearly always in stock. May God bless you.